Someone who's just left their internal IT job and plans to start an MSP asked for some of my time. I was happy to help, and after the conversation, I decided to share some of the tips I provided for this potential business owner. When the New Yorker magazine asked Mark Zuckerberg how he gets his news, he says the one news source he definitely follows is TechMeme. For 4 years now, the TechMeme Ride Home podcast has been Silicon Valley's favorite tech news source. The podcast has become so successful, in fact, that it launched a venture fund where the listeners to the show are the LPs in the fund. The TechMeme Ride Home is like TLDR as a service. It's not just the latest headlines from the world of tech, it's also the context around the latest news of the day. It's all the top stories, the top posts, and tweets and conversations about those stories, as well as behind-the-scenes analysis. The folks at TechMeme are online all day, reading everything, so they can catch you up. So listen to the one podcast anyone in Silicon Valley listens to every single day. Search your podcast app now for Ride Home and subscribe to the TechMeme Ride Home podcast. I'm a listener. So, the situation. This is before a single client has said yes, and so there isn't $1 of revenue. The first question was actually about if they needed an RMM. My answer? Hell no. There are 2 reasons. First, if you watch my videos, and check this one out if you haven't, I'm not keen on RMMs in general. If you think about a cloud-first world where everything is SaaS-driven, the important stuff is the SaaS, configuring it correctly, securing it correctly, and making it available to end users. That's a significant bit, and an RMM does not help you at all. It does not mean a thing for the actual important part of the business. The value to the end user business is helping them select the right SaaS platforms, use them well, and ensure their data is secure, connected, and integrated. I would spend all of my time there because fewer companies are doing that. If you talk to most business owners about their business needs, they need help making the new tech work well. That's where they want to spend their money and spend their time, and they want to be on those platforms. They want to spend only a little time on the other stuff. But here's the second reason. If you don't have any revenue, you should not be spending any of your own money before you've gotten a client. At this stage, it's hustle mode to get some customers. Find the people that will pay you for your advice. That's all the focus at this point. Spend as much time finding business owners in your community that you can talk to and help. You have to start figuring out ways to get them to pay you. Don't get hung up too much on what you call yourself. Most people you're talking to have no idea the difference between an MSP and anything else. You're a technology advisor. It's just you and your business. You're a technology advisor. I work with small businesses and I help them with the right selections for their technology. Super simple. It's simple. Your best value will be in explaining complicated technical ideas to help customers. Now that led directly to the second question. How much should I charge for my services? And my answer, as much as people will pay you. Look them in the eye and ask for as much as you're confident asking for. My default rate is a lot for an hour of my time. You know why I can charge a lot? Not because my 1 hour alone is the pure value, but because you want my 30 years of experience during that 1 hour. That's the way it works. You want my 30 years of experience? I had to work really hard to get 30 years of experience. It means I'm not going to give it away for like $70 an hour. Customers should expect that they're getting a professional, top of their game, and they will get the best possible experience. So you got to be professional. You got to nail it. You got to be right for them. Often people need to value their experience more. Your job in this early stage is figuring out any way to get people to give you some money. Don't overthink it. You can spend all this time trying to figure out the right first price. I can assure you that it's wrong. no matter how much time you work on that first price. So don't worry about it so much. Now, how do you sell to them? There's courses and books and experts and such on selling. They're all great. But you can overthink this too. Ask business owners about their businesses and listen a lot. People love to talk about themselves. Give them an opportunity to talk about themselves. They'll tell you what their pain is and what their technology problems are. Listen lots, and take lots of good notes. If you're talking more than half the time they're talking, you're doing it wrong. Listen a lot, then helpfully offer some solutions. And they'll pay you for that. And that's the significant bit. You can completely overthink this. My crucial recommendation, my critical statement here is that if you are still trying to win your first customer and you have zero revenue, the only thing you should be spending your time on is finding ways to get revenue in the door. And believe me, you will not be doing that by sitting in your house waiting for them to call. You will need to be out there talking to the owner, listening to a lot, and finding some of their problems that you can solve. And then ask them to give you money to solve that problem. Until you have the money coming in, make sure as little as possible goes out. If it's going out, it better be directly causing money to come in, not a vague approach thinking that if you build it, they will come. Ask for it. So that was my advice for somebody who is just getting started, doesn't have a dollar coming in. Now, if you want to dive into more on the way that I think about the way you should build an MSP, I've got a video that I'm going to link you to right now. If I was starting an MSP today, what would it look like? Thanks for your time, and I will talk to you again soon.